What's up friends, my name is Joss and welcome back to Squibbles Reads. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my Booktube Recommends project, which was started by Rachel over at Shades of Orange. Basically what this project entails is that it helps introverts kind of come out of their shell a little bit, and you ask 12 of your favorite booktubers to recommend you a book. Then you take all of these recommendations and you put them in a jar, and I have made a very special TBR jar. Every month for the new year, you pick out one of the books from the jar and you put it on that month's TBR. We're going to go through all the books that were recommended to me, the booktubers that recommended them and why they did, and then at the very end of the video I'm going to pull out one book from the jar and I'm going to put it on my January TBR. So let's get started. And the first book that was recommended to me was recommended by Chelsea. She gave me The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torre. It is a psychological thriller slash sexy times kind of book, and it's the first book in the Diana Madden series. I don't know much about it beyond that, but it sounds totally up my alley. Elena over at eReads Books recommended Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. This book is about a Chinese-American family who lives in Ohio in the 1970s. The favorite child in the family, her name's Lydia, and they found her body in the lake one day, and it goes through the family's struggles throughout this time. Elena recommended me this book because I really like contemporaries that kind of have like a deeper psychological theme behind it. Maria at the Pages of Ink recommended to me All Our Yesterdays by Cristin Terrill. I don't know too much about this book besides the fact that it's a YA. It is a sci-fi slash romance book and also involves a lot of time travel. My good friend Kate over at Girl Reading recommended to me Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. I totally knew this recommendation was coming from her because it is a retelling of Peter Pan and we both love Disney. Brittany at Under the Radar Books recommended to me The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafon. And this book is set in Barcelona in 1945. It's about a boy named Daniel who is the son of an antique book dealer. He just lost his mother recently and he's found solace in a book, and the book is called The Shadow of the Wind. It actually turns out that some people are destroying every single copy of this book that was written, and he goes to find out why and is enveloped in the mystery. Marines over at My Name is Marines recommended to me The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This book is more quietly beautiful and discusses mental health, and also discusses this idea of the fact that we like to read about the chosen one instead of reading about or recognizing ordinary kids. Jillian at Bookish and Nerdy recommended Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. If you guys watched my very first TBR in which I deigned to read like 37 books, it was on there and I never got to it. I will definitely get to it sometime in 2016 whenever it comes out of the jar. It is basically a high-action YA fantasy novel about heists, and I'm really stoked to actually read it this time. Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey recommended to me Killing Sarai by J.A. Redmerski. It is about a girl named Sarai, and at the age of 14 she was taken by her mom to live in Mexico with a drug lord. She's been held in the compound there for 9 years, and one day this man named Victor comes to collect money and the details of a hit. She sees this as her chance to escape the compound. Unfortunately, she gets into some other shenanigans with Victor, and this book goes through all of that. Emma from Emma Books recommended Silence of Six by E.C. Myers. Evan, who is Max's best friend, hacks into the live streaming of a presidential debate at their high school. Before he dies by suicide, his last words were, "What is the silence of six and what are you going to do about it?" And then Max goes on an adventure that involves like hackers and a conspiracy and the FBI and all these things. Jane from It's Jane Lindsay recommended Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Saenz. This book is about Aristotle and Dante, and they are teenagers and they meet at a pool one day and they develop a friendship, and it's a beautiful YA contemporary, and I've wanted to read this book for a long time. Sophie from Sophie's series recommended Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. It is a modern retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and you know me, I love a good fairy tale. And Riley from Riley Marie recommended to me the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. I really shouldn't have known that this was coming because this is one of her favorite series. I hear her talk about it all the time on her channel. It is a YA fantasy series, so I'm really excited to pick this one out of the jar too. And I actually have 13 books on my list because I asked a few more than 12 people because I know everyone's busy. It's the holidays. So I do have a 13th book, and Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, and it was picked by Frannie at Frannie Pan's Dreamcatcher, We actually are going to buddy read this one together. I think it's going to be around March. And the second book in the series, called A Torch Against the Night, is coming out on August 30th of this year. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm still going to be picking one book for every month this year out of my jar, and then in March I will have the additional book, which I will definitely read. Alright, so that's all the recommendations. I do have my jar here, so I am going to pick one out, and it is going to be on my January TBR, which will be up very soon. And we are reading Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Thank God I have a hard copy of it already. So that is going to be on my January TBR, so thank you, Jane. I'm super excited to get into all of these reads this year. Thank you everyone for your recommendations. That is all for this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything else, please leave me a comment down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!